listening to an Info Blitz LLC podcast network production.
Welcome to the weekly wrap-up with John and Yancy.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the weekly wrap-up with John and Yancy. My name is John Haynes, and I'm here with my co-host, Yancy Seals.
Hey, everybody, my name is George Santos, and I don't give a damn. I'm going to run for re-election.
But didn't you just get out of jail? Man, and
What's
people
going on,
ask,
John? What's going on, John?
bro, man, I mean, there's a lot. There's so much happening now. I can't even keep up with everything, man. It's just like, wait a minute. My thing, the reason why, let's just jump in. George Santos, I love when you do that. George Santos, man, this is one of the reasons why I do not have respect, and I guess it's getting small. It's zero for the legal system in our country. I mean, what the hell? This guy, George Santos, in case you didn't know, is in Congress, and he lied to get in Congress. He lied. He said that his mama died in 9/11. She didn't die in 9/11. He lied and said he was a Jew. He's not Jewish. He lied about everything. Well, this past week, they said that, well, according to his arrest record, that he was arrested. Basically, they found him, are going to find him. Well, they're going to try him for taking money from people illegally. And what's new with that?
Well, he's been indicted for wire fraud, lying to Congress, and lying to other folk.
Thank you.
George Santos is what you call a habitual liar. You just don't know what the hell will come out of his damn mouth. He's kind of like the other dude. I forgot what's that
exactly.
Dude? He was the 45th president. I forgot his damn name, but he was him. He was the other one. I tell you, man.
You know what, man?
Peace, man.
It's crazy. I mean, I'm looking at this going, no, and then okay, look, people, he is arrested on these federal charges. They're indicting him, like Yancy said. Thank you for reminding me. He's indicted. He gets out of prison and leaves the jailhouse, and then goes back to Congress, like la-di-da-di-da. And guess what? I'm running for re-election.
I'm back from my vacation. Here I am.
I'm just losing. I have no faith in this system at all.
You've seen the face of sheer, what's the word I'm looking for him? But the dude just don't care. He don't care. He lied on TV. Here's what he said. He said, if I didn't lie, the people up in islands in New York, what's the other borough? Sort of islands.
Manhattan or
Long Island.
Long Island.
Never would have voted for him because they require a person with a higher education degree. And he doesn't have that, so he lied.
That's another thing. He lied about his degree. So my thing is, why isn't there a big movement on Long Island to get him to recuse, or to get him to get kicked out, or just recall him?
Well, first of all, you can't do that. It takes 2/3 Congress to put him out. 2/3 of his people got to put him out.
But he lied.
I know he lied. And you know what? And it's not just Santos who's doing things.
No, it's not.
Correct. Because I'm gonna tell you who else did it. That goddamn cinema did the same damn thing.
Yeah.
People
cinema
voted for a Democratic position to carry their views and their values through Congress. She midstream said, "Well, I'm changing. I'm going to become independent, or I'm going to become a Republican, or I'm become a Democrat." That is wrong. When they do that, they should be thrown out, and then the governor should have an opportunity to put another person in that position.
That's right, and then and then have them rerun, or even have a special election or something. I mean, I don't get how they can do that. And this this whole thing is just. I was getting ready to say something that somebody else said, but it just doesn't make sense to me, And this is supposed to make sense to me, but it really doesn't. I mean, we both could lie and say that we're graduates of Harvard and Yale and blah, 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 blah. I mean, it's ridiculous. And then go get in Congress. So then he votes on a bill of what he's being charged with.
Yeah, absolutely.
How does that work?
It doesn't work. That's the problem. It doesn't work.
But they're doing it. They're doing it. See, and when people say, "Oh, when they tell me, oh, you're a socialist or you're a Marxist," well, I'm not, which I'm neither one of those. And I'm thinking to myself is, you're closer to that than I am, okay? Because if you're allowing these people to lie and cheat and steal just because they want power, and the power people support them, Kevin McCarthy could stop this right now.
Right now.
He can stop it right now. He can say like, sorry, time out. But he's not going to do that because they may lose votes. They may lose votes.
He only got 4. He can't lose anymore.
You know,
he's too
so
damn close to comfort.
Is it more important for the country that George Santos stays in there, or more important for the Republican Fascist Party? I mean, yeah, you knew I went there. Bro. That's right. And I'm tired. I'm like, okay, something's got to happen. And I was thinking this morning, man, I was going back through some notes that I had in Congress, Jesus, in college. Wish I was in Congress. A constitutional convention. A constitutional convention needs to occur because it is quite obvious that this system has failed us and is failing us on a daily basis.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have we need to change it. Same thing happened with when they had the Constitutional Convention. When Hamilton, it's the same thing. Okay, we need to stop this because this doesn't make sense. They're making a mockery of our system, and they don't even see it. I mean, they people in other countries see it and they're laughing at us. You know, I mean,
they just don't care. They don't give a damn about the American people, and they tell you every single day of the minute. Every day they tell you, okay, let's for instance, let's get on what happened to CNN just a couple days ago. They had that idiot on the goddamn special. Did you hear the foolishness coming out of his damn mouth?
Man, listen.
And they still supporting this idiot?
Yeah.
I don't get it.
They jeered him on. They listen, first off, full disclosure, I did not watch it on purpose. Look, I read the synopsis. I saw different clips. Donald Trump is a habitual shameless liar. Okay. He has and so what did we learn that was new? Nothing. Other than
nothing that was new. But it regenerized it helped you remember what the heck he's all about. And it tells me that they're still supporting this idiot. They're still supporting him.
They are, because they're fascists, is what I'm saying. I'm telling you, man, they have an agenda. The thing is, first off, and I'm going to say this about CNN, I am totally disappointed. First, I don't follow, I usually get my news from BBC or information from other sources. I am totally disappointed with CNN. You know, that was a shameless trying to get some of Fox News's audience, okay? So that way they can, since Fox is going down, everybody know they're getting ready to be out. So they preempted it by saying, Donald, let's have a special. Donald Trump talked about CNN, called them fake news, doing all this stuff during the campaign. Now all of a sudden he's on there with a special.
Yeah, and on the TV, he called the lady, the moderator, you're a nasty person.
This is what man, they're treating this guy like he's a king.
Twice. I think they should stop calling him president.
Yeah, they should. I agree.
Call him former president. Don't call that idiot president.
You don't call him president. I mean, look, man, that should have never happened. To me, as far as I'm concerned, that should have never, ever happened. They should have never had this guy on any kind of special, because you knew. First off, the commentator, which I saw different clips, she was weak as hell. Okay, she, according to what I'm reading and different synopses, not just from CNN, that he was talking over her. He called her nasty. I'm like, well, wait a minute. So then, why didn't they have someone that could take control of this guy?
Well, first of all, I don't know about who can take control of him. He talks over everyone who's in.
No, man, no, that's easy. That's that's freaking easy. That is so easy. That is so very easy. You tell him, okay, this is a conversation. I talk, you talk. He don't stop talking. Shut off his damn mic. That's easy.
That's not gonna do that. They're not gonna do that.
They should.
He talks over every single. I don't care who the moderator. Chris Wallace, Mike Wallace, Don Lemon. He talks over everyone.
And they all show respect for him.
He wants to get his little nasty point out.
And he got all his points out. He got all his points out. There was a rigged election. He actually won the election. What else did he say? One of the things, praising the people on January 16th for not for me not watching it. I can tell you what happened. I just didn't hear all the other bullshit that he does, but I listened. I mean, I watched the revamp of it and different clips. So basically, again, January 6th, hey, it was a great day. He actually said it was a beautiful day. Okay, this is his words in written form. And I'm like going, what? And he has a mind to pardon the people that's being put in prison or in jail or getting sentences right now for participating in the attempted coup. Mm-hmm. This is the person that's running for president of the United States. Mm-hmm. This is the person that's going to be the nominee of the Republican Fascist Party.
And this is the person people keep on voting for. They keep on supporting from the top right down to the damn bottom. They keep on supporting them.
I don't get it. Maybe I'm missing something. Maybe I'm the one that's wrong. Maybe he's right. I don't know, because I'm looking at like this is when you look at the statistics. This is half of the country. Mm-hmm. This is half of the country that have no morals. They can't, because if you had any kind of morals, if you had any kind of intestinal fortitude, you would not be supporting this guy.
Not at all. Not at all. We have never been in this position before.
No.
As a country. And it is absolutely horrendous the way things are going and where we're headed. We're headed down a damn tunnel, man. I don't see any light on either side. We're right in the damn
third world country, basically run by an autocrat.
Mm-hmm. We're in it, man.
That's where we're going.
People got to understand that there's a strong possibility that he could get the White House again.
Oh yeah, no, it is very strong. I really believe he will, and because the Democrats, that's the reason why the Democrats, they're going to sit there and talk about, oh, well, Biden is too old. Then what the hell were you doing for the last 4 years? What were you doing for the last 8 years? You knew this is not a surprise. Every 4 years we have an election. This is not a surprise, right? A presidential election. But what were you doing? If you're thinking he's too old, who were you priming? Who were you getting ready to put in? Nobody. So since you didn't do that, shut the hell up and get behind who you got.
That's all you have right now. Is he too old? Hell yeah, he's too damn old. He's too damn old. For instance, you got not Nancy, what's her name? Feinstein lady. 89 fucking years old in the damn Congress. In a meeting. She confused Tim Scott and Warnock.
Yeah.
Telling Tim Scott, hey, congratulations on your win in Georgia. And what?
Not only that, man. Not only that. She's walking out. This is the part. She's walking out of a meeting where she voted, and she asks her assistant or her secretary, "Did I vote yes on that, or what did I?" Yo, man, what do you mean? Did I vote yes on that, or what did I vote?
Yeah, you just walked out of there, or you just rolled out of there, rather.
I mean, she's just walking out the door.
You need to go home
because she's having, I mean, if you have dementia, dude, you should not be in Congress. No. If you are a liar, a habitual liar, you should not be in Congress. No. If you have supported a coup against the government of the United States, you should not be in office.
It's pretty simple.
I don't understand. I don't understand why this is what's the big deal. I don't get it. I don't get it. That's why I'm saying, and I thought about it before I came on the air, and I'm really going to push for that, is a constitutional convention. Because
all those things you just mentioned, except for the age, those are all disqualifiers for a clearance.
Oh yeah, God, that's a good point. For
all disqualifiers of clearance.
That's a good point. So how do they still have? How is Donald Trump going to wind up with a clearance?
I don't know.
Don't you have to have one to be president? I mean,
yes.
Look, this guy,
yes.
and again, I'm so frustrated. Look, if you're gonna drop if you're gonna drop the charges, and if you're gonna charge him in Georgia, get it on, do it. Mm-hmm. Don't tell me that you don't have the information. That means what the hell have you been doing? Okay.
Well, I believe they're going through mock trials and stuff like that. If he says that's what I think they're doing. That's what I think they're doing. But here's the more important, John.
Man, but here's the deal, man. While they're doing that, because I swear I can see this. Well, we don't want to be construed as if we are interfering with a federal election. Okay, so what, are you going to wait till he becomes president and do it? We did that. That's a rerun. He was impeached twice.
Yeah, and you couldn't get him out.
Okay, we did that. We waited. Okay, if it's a crime, indict his ass. If it's not, then let the shit go. Okay, that's where I'm at.
Twice impeached, no good ass, sexual abusing ass, no good motherfucker.
It's another one. Okay, he has been found. They found it wasn't a criminal case. Okay, but he was found guilty of sexual abuse. Mm-hmm. You know, E. Jean Carroll, right, in 1996 says that he raped her. She said, but the jury didn't go for rape; they went for sexual assault, and then they told him he had to pay $5 million. Now, in my mind, I'm thinking, well, you weren't. We're getting evidence, and why didn't you go for a rape? I don't get that. I don't get that. I don't understand that.
It just probably couldn't prove that. They couldn't prove.
Then how did you prove the sexual assault?
I think rape actually means an active forcible penetration. I don't think they can prove that. They can prove him messing around and getting there and touching on the girl and all that kind. They can prove that. They got that.
Right. I think that we're playing. We're through playing. We're done playing with fire. And I think that we're showing this guy way too much respect. And
he doesn't deserve it.
He doesn't deserve it. He's a criminal. He is a freaking criminal. And and so here's my thing. Okay, if half of America's behind him, right, then what do we have? What kind of country do we have? And do I really want to be here?
Yeah, my question to you, John, is half America really wanting him? Do they really want him, or they just fucking, excuse my thing? I know I'm bad today. Are they just scared of what his repercussion gonna be towards them?
I think he's scared. I think they're scared. And I don't understand. I mean, look, if it's time for it's been past time for revolution, but if it's time, it's time. I think that they're afraid of what's going to happen with the country as far as these right-wing supremacists, and I want to talk about those initials too. Anyway, that whether or not they're going to start going on, because these people are organized and they are a threat right now. They're listed as a threat. Okay, they're listed as a serious threat right now to the United States. Right, the right-wing nationalists, right-wing supremacists. Right, they have a death squad called the Right Wing Death Squad, right? And you be careful when you see those initials. These people ain't playing. They're not joking. They're not walking around just for the hell of it. They're going to start killing people who do not look like them and do not want to be run by an autocrat. Okay, and that's what they're doing now. That's what happened in Dallas. Okay, so they're afraid of that. They're afraid of that, if they can't get him the power that he's going to have over that, which he's already got it. I mean, look, the man committed he committed a crime they got him saying all I need for you to get is 11,000. I'm like, come on, man. This was a crime when it happened, and all of a sudden now it's just we're still debating, we're still looking at trying to get him. Look, man, you got Pence's. You got Pence's testimony on January 6th, right? And still, Merrick Garland, you don't even want to know what I think about him.
What else do you need for January 6th? You're at the top of the food chain. Who else do you need? You don't need anyone else from the bottom of that chain. You don't need no one else. That's the top. Now, why
that's the
go
top.
to the bottom and ask the damn cook?
So what else? You know, I was thinking, well, if they get Pence, then they're gonna go ahead. What are you waiting for? I don't get it. I don't get it.
Two things happened at the CNN special. It's real funny. So the lady asked him, "Say, Trump, you had all those documents at your house. Did you show any of those documents to anybody?" He said, "I don't remember. I don't know. I don't think so.
Not that I could recall."
Yeah, he did. I mean, he did. He did it.
See, this is what I'm saying, what's happening? What's going to happen?
This is the reason why you got to put his ass on TV. This is the reason. Expose his ass. Let him talk.
I know. That was everybody. Some people were saying the same thing too. You're right. They were saying, "Well, let him. You know, how do you let him convict himself? Let him run his mouth, and he'll tighten the noose around himself." Period. However, while he's doing that, he's gathering followers, man. And then if anything happens to him, he's going to be a martyr.
He's only going to get certain people. He ain't going to get every Republican. That's not happening. He's definitely not going to get most of the white women, or I would say just women. That's not happening. Especially what happened with the Eugene Carroll thing. That's not happening. He wants to have a national ban for abortion. That's not going to happen.
Oh, he's going to sign a national ban for abortion. So if he gets in office,
he said he was.
Yeah, he said he would. Yeah,
clear on it, but he said he was. But I just don't think he has enough idiots to bring him through. I don't know, but he is.
I don't have faith in the American people, man, because, and you know why I don't have faith in American people, and this is just because the American people are going to tell you, "Oh, I don't pay attention to politics. It's not important to me." Mm-hmm. That's what the most of them, and then they go out there, either they don't vote or they just go in there and decide to vote for whoever's commercial was on last.
That is the most dumbest thing I ever heard in my life, was when I say I don't pay attention to politics.
I know, and it's very frustrating, but you'd be surprised how much I hear it. I don't pay, politics is not my thing. I don't pay attention to politics. I'm like, you, okay. And I said, fine, just listen to the weekly wrap up. We'll tell you what's important. We'll give it, that's just a downer. Okay. Okay.
Why can't we all just get along?
Yeah. Kumbaya, kumbaya. And I'm like, okay, all right, guys. But when the shit hits the fan, right? And then you start going, oh, what am I doing? What's happening? Yeah, you caught behind the 8 ball. It's your business.
Then Trump said on TV, I never called him and told him find me some votes. I never said that. I just called and said, what's going on with this rig election? We need to redo it. He said, no, Trump, that's not what you said. We got it on tape.
Yeah.
He wouldn't let that go through. He talked over that. He said, no, we got it on tape. He talked over that. But it was funny. Gotta let him go.
Man, I just think that they had, I wouldn't have done it. You have a good point. And people were, when I was reading that point, people were saying that, it's important to get him out there on the record, so that way he will not be able to deny it, that he said it. And that's fine. And he's stupid enough he's not stupid, but he's arrogant enough to convict himself. He's arrogant enough to do that. And it's just like a kid, don't do that, but he keeps getting away with it. Then all of a sudden he's going to go a little bit too far. And that's one of the things. But at what peril? I mean, at what's going to happen to the country? And this is my whole thing, is like, what's going to happen to this country in the meantime? And if and the people that are watching this, following him, the people like Matt Gaetz and people like that, this is going to empower these people, man.
Their time is coming to an end. It really is. So you know what, John, it is what it is at this point. Their time is really coming to an end. It's going to come to an end. I hope so. I got a question for you, man.
Yo, what's up?
When was the last time you rode the New York train?
Oh, New York. Yes, Mr. Daniel Penny. He's 24. Basically, he's being charged with was it manslaughter?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
They got him. And they so he went in and he came out of the courthouse, and he's because they indicted him. But
arraigned him. Today.
I'm sorry, arraigned him. There you go. But the thing is, I don't know how that's going to end. I don't know how it's going to end up. We have the tape of it. Okay, the Mr. Penny just totally killed this dude on camera.
Yeah.
You know, if you've ever choked somebody out, there's a point where you know that they're giving up. There's a point where they become submissive. There's a point where the shoulders slump, and you let them out. You let them go. They had other people hitting on this guy at the same time. And the thing that they came out and that I did not know was that there were people, and there was one guy who was trying to help him, the person that, what's his name, Jordan Neely. There were people who was trying to help Jordan Neely, give him some water and stuff. And Mr. Penny told him, get away. No, get away. Okay. So he basically wanted the guy to die, basically, is where I'm looking at it. He's not a cop. And according to what I have been reading was Jordan Neely was just complaining about not having money, being homeless, and being hungry. Okay, now, people are saying, but he was arrested 40 times. That's a failure of our system, once again. Okay? That's a failure of our system. This guy was out here.
One has nothing to do with the other.
No, it doesn't.
One
but
has
they're
nothing
saying,
to do with the other.
of course, but this is the rationale. He was arrested 40 times. Nothing happened to him. You know, I'm like, that doesn't mean that Mr. Penny can get up there and choke and kill him. Did he put his hands on anybody? No one. There's like there was no physical touching. No, he didn't physically put his hands on anybody, which is what we were saying last week. You know, that's again, I was telling people, listen, we talked about this last week. And then stuff catches up with us. But you know, did he put his hands on anyone? Nope. You know, so if he didn't, what right does this guy have to get up, jump up, and put him in a chokehold?
He killed that man straight up, flat out, because when I saw he had him in a chokehold, he was twisting his head, his body like that, man. It was terrible. It was terrible.
Yeah, and then there's people beating on him too. I'm like, come on, man. Okay, but this is what happened. Look, man, this is what's happening in America. If you look at it, black and brown people are being killed. They're being annihilated, right? Look at what happened during the week. Look at Dallas. Look at, I mean, what do we do? I'm at a wit's end, actually. I mean, I didn't want the show to go this way, but to be honest with you, I'm at a wit's end. I'm like, well, what are we supposed to do?
I don't. With Dallas talking about Dallas, I'm talking about guns. Here's my issue. What's the problem with having one more step just to be sure whether that person needs to have a gun?
Brother,
I'm with you. Guns. This is one more step. That just make sure you're okay to have a gun.
I am with you. And I have changed my whole opinion toward what type of weapon, has changed, and whether or not we should allow certain people to have. Bottom line is, if you can't pass a background check, an FBI background check, okay, if you can't pass that, then you should not have a weapon. If you can't put your 5 fingers on that, what is it, the left hand, on that thing, I've done it, right? If you can't do it, I did a couple times. If you can't do that and pass a freaking background check, you shouldn't own a weapon. That's just serious. You can't, I know, and that's another thing. If you are under the age of 21, you cannot own a weapon. You can't just go down there. Oh, they can go down there and buy a gun because they hunt, and 16-year-olds hunt. Okay. I don't know. I'm just done with it. I'm done with people getting killed. I'm done with these people saying, they're saying, oh, because he had a mental problem. Okay. Look, that is another failure of our system, not dealing with people's mental problems. When they close people, like in Pomona, when they closed Pacific State down, when the state decided not to take care of the people who had problems like that. Okay. That goes way back to then, to now, like you said before, the chickens are coming home to roost. Okay. People, and they're saying, well, these guys have mental problems. Then why can't we check for that?
I don't know.
What do you think should happen? Let me ask you a question, man. What should be the process of purchasing a weapon? What do you think the process should be of purchasing a weapon?
Well, first of all, I think nobody should be able to get a weapon unless you're 21. That's flat out. I don't care what state you're in, 21 years old. You can't have a federal felony offense, an open felony offense that had not been taken care of. You can't have a weapon. You can't have mental issues. You can't have a weapon. certain things she's got to have, man. And I think all of them, every state, should have at least a 14-day waiting period, cooling off period.
I agree.
Every last one of them.
You know, I mean, so, but right now the cat's out of the bag. You got people making ghost guns, you know, and my thing is, and I know people. Well, anyway, my thing is, if you get caught making a ghost gun, right, you go to federal prison.
Well, the ghost guns come from those gun shows, and you got to shut that loophole down because you can go to a gun show and purchase a gun and walk out there with it.
Well, that is true too. But there are people who make weapons from parts in their house,
and there's the 3D printers are doing it too.
Yes, with 3D printers, but you could actually get all the parts for an AR mailed to you. You can put it together if you knew how to do it. There's instructions online. Yeah, you put it together and you make there's no registration number. There's nothing. It's a ghost gun. Okay, but now there's no registration. You don't know who owns it. You don't know. But see, here you go. Like my daughter was saying, she goes, bottom line is if you start buying ammunition for a weapon that you do not have registered, why are you buying AR-15 ammunition and you don't have an AR-15 registered?
We don't show registration in your name, sir. What's going on?
Excuse me, you can't do this. I'm sorry, you can't buy this. And it should be a big red flag. If there are systems that can track people from doing whatever anything, if you got a parking ticket or whatever, and they'll check you, and there's a way to follow that. Why aren't we following things like that?
John, I work for the federal government. Let me tell you something. They can track your ass from California to DC.
If they wanted to, and can tell you what kind of socks you got on.
That's right.
Oh yeah.
See the stuff they made. They can just touch you, and shit can just follow your ass all over.
Follow you all over the place. You can walk out of a store. They blow the air that blows down on you. Guys. Blow those nano dust down on you, and they can track your ass anywhere they want to.
I've seen it.
Yeah, me too. I was going to say I didn't want to say that, but yes, I did. Yes, and actually, where I saw it was right there in Vegas, man. Where I saw it was right there in Las Vegas, at one of the centers that they have, and it's really dangerous. But yeah, now that you brought it out, they sure can.
I'll tell you this. One time I was in Maryland, in spring, whatever it was in Maryland. Anyway, I went to this place where they make all these different devices. And a certain spot, you walk in, she said, okay, and then you sign the paper. I said, okay, what's this for? If a mosquito lands on you, you promise you won't kill it. What? I said, it said little mosquito. I said, yeah, those mosquitoes, she told me, are used for different things. I can't say why, but used for different things. She said, but if one land on you, don't slap it. Just
don't smack it.
Yeah, because it's used for different things.
That shit costs money.
A mosquito.
Yes, man. Yes.
Mosquitoes,
we have the capability of tracking people. And this is what bothers me, because people tell you we don't want to become China. I'm like, you people just don't know what's happening to us. You don't even get what's happening to us. You think China? Well, China's just overt about it. They're saying like, yeah, that's right. Here's the cameras. We tracking you. We're not like that. We'll put it where you can't see it. We'll put it in your clothes. And Enemy of the People, I tell anybody, rewatch the film Enemy of the State. Okay.
And then after you do that, take a trip down to the FBI center down there in Virginia, and they'll take you. They won't take you to some of the other stuff you think you're gonna see, but they will take you through some of the stuff that they'll have no problem showing you.
See, I mean,
they'll see it.
It's all there, bro. So don't, when they tell you, oh, we don't want to be a communist. I'm like, okay, guys, you don't get what's happening with us, right? And then and I don't know. It's just, to me, and this is just turning out to be something that I never even expected. It hit me blindsided. It blindsided. This just blindsided me. I was like, what? When I walked into the Fusion Center down there in Vegas, and I was working with some people and we were doing some consulting things, and I was down. When I walked into that place, I was like, oh my God, my eyes just open wide open. And I'm like telling people, y'all better not go crazy in Vegas. I can tell you that. It won't last long. It won't last long. I can tell you that now, but the thing is, law enforcement has this ability. The federal government has this ability, and instead of using it against us, they should use it for us. Mm-hmm. And that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Why not use it for us? And if they can't use it for us, then then they're against us. If they're against us, then they might as well be China or Russia or whoever.
Yeah, you're right.
I mean, and people they tell me. I mean, when I'm telling, like I put out a petition to recall Clarence Thomas. Okay, it's not the first one. A lot of people have done it. I got hooked up with change.org, and I was like, wow, so anybody that knows me, y'all know I did it because I sent you everything. I think I sent you one twice. But the thing is,
I got it. I signed up.
Yeah, thank you for that. All of you guys who signed up, I really appreciate it. It's not just for me; it's for our country. So, and I don't get paid for nothing. I saw I could do it, and I said, let's do it. And then I did the best I could to make it look pretty good, So what the hell? The thing is, though, I'm going to start doing more of that because to me, that's the only thing I can do. I can, what else can I do? If I get people together and say, let's do a movement, let's do certain things. I'm not marching nowhere. I'm done with marching. I'm done with pleading. I'm done with all that kind of shit. You have to use the devices that are available to you. Watch what they do. So I'm watching what they do. I'm watching what Congress does. What they do, they write bills. They write, I can't write a bill, but I can write a petition.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Small things. It takes little small things that starts things off. That's what it takes.
And that's where I'm at. Trying to, I'm not trying to do. I hate that word try. That's what I'm doing. I'm just doing that, man. And getting out of the moment and getting into the movement. Get out of the moment and get into the movement. This thing with Trump, we were all in the moment. We all in our feelings. We're all in the moment. Stop getting in the moment. Get in the movement. What are we going to do about it? And start doing. If you can sign a petition, that's what you do. Great. If you could pass on something that someone tells you, that's what that you saw. That's true. That's factual. And that's another word. True and factual. That's factual. You didn't do it. You're helping. You don't have to be the person in front of the mic. You ain't got to be the person that's trying to do. Everybody's also always concerned. You can just support us, support people who are doing it, and because if you don't, my whole thing is when this shit goes to the hell in a handbasket, which is the way it looks like it's going to go. I want to be able to say that I did everything I could, I can look at my grandkids and say, look, I did everything I could to help. I did everything I could do, because their future is the thing that's going to count. See, their future and who's going to be running them, an autocratic state, an autocratic autocratic religious state, okay, which is what they're trying to become, America trying to become.
Yeah, I think it's important that you understand exactly what's on your resume and how do you want to leave this world. What are they going to say about you at your funeral? And that's the thing that concerns me also. What are they going to say about me as I lay in that box wherever I am? Yeah. What are they going to say? And that's important to me.
What? And a long time ago, I heard there was a saying that jarred me. They said that the graveyards are full with peoples whose songs are half sung. Mm-hmm. And I said, you know what? I don't want to be that. I want them to be on the second and third chorus. No, I don't want to be the person that, his song is half sung. No, you're going to know exactly what I was for, what I was against, and what I wanted, what I tried, what I'm doing. Mm-hmm. In order to like, you slide in there like, okay, did my best, I did my best with what you gave me, so let's move on from there, man. But, I was reading something Yancy the other day, and I always rail on capitalism and capitalists and corrupt capitalism. And I was reading something that really, it made sense to me the other day when I said to someone that that America is a capitalistic state. Right. And people are like, no, they aren't. And yes, they are. However, the definition of capitalism is not what we're practicing. OK, because it says like the United States is a capitalistic society, which typically refers to it as being a free market capitalism. In practice, OK, this is Merriam-Webster. In practice, this includes social security, social safety, social features, which is unemployment insurance, social security systems, such as social security and safety net things. However, In America, it doesn't cover the right to education, and it doesn't cover the right to healthcare, which it does in all of the other capitalistic states. America we're a capitalistic society, but that is not how we're operating. Honestly, we're operating as capitalists. Okay, now there's a difference. Okay, and I remember I said the other day, and I went, there's a difference. A capitalist is often thought of an economic system which is by private actors and owned by private actors, and they control in accordance to their interest and their interest and their demands and supplies. They control the markets and control the prices that is in favor or in best for their shareholders. Basically, they're a corporation, and corporations would you, and I've ran several of them. Your bottom line is you do what's best for your shareholders, because that's your fiduciary responsibility, is to get as much money as you can for them. All right. This is how we're operating. Okay. And that's what I'm saying. Because if you listen to what the Republican Fascist Party is saying, is they want to cancel Social Security. Well, that's part of that's part of that society that we don't have, the capitalist society, which they're trying to do away with. Okay. I don't have a problem, except for just tell us what it is. Mm-hmm. Don't tell me that you believe in a capitalist society and operate as a capitalist in our society. Okay. If you're doing what's best for a capitalist society does what's best for the society.
John, you are 72 years old. You know darn
No,
well.
I'm not. I'm 66.
You know darn well money changes people. Money changes folk. It just does.
It does.
And I completely and totally agree with you with your synopsis and your definitions. I 100% agree. But man, when people get money in their hands and money coming through, it changes them.
It does.
It changes you.
It really does.
You got to be a strong person within yourself to not let that happen. For instance, let's say that info just blows up. Now you have people pouring money into you. They say, but John, I don't want you to mention Trump's name ever again. We're going to keep those millions coming to you, John. Would you mention Trump's name?
Yeah, I would. I'm gonna tell you something, man. I'm gonna tell you something. Okay.
Yeah, I'm believing that you probably won't. I'm believing you'll say 45. I'm believing you'll say our 45th president. I don't believe you'll say his name.
I got fired from a radio station in Hawaii for that very same thing.
But were you making millions?
Say again?
But were you making millions?
Was I making I wasn't making big money. I wasn't making big money, but I was making money. And they said, okay, well, we have that's the reason why I started doing podcasts and things. They're like, well, we have certain entities that you cannot talk about. Mm-hmm. Even if they do something bad, you can't mention it on your show. And I'm like, well, wait a minute, hold on. So if the milk company is doing something bad, I can't mention the milk company? No, you just have to pass that up, and go on to something else. And I was like, so what you're doing is you're telling me that you're telling me what I have to tell the people, and you're giving me a script basically. And I said, you know what, man, I quit. And I just walked out. I'm like, I can't. That was a CBS station, by the way. That was a CBS station in Honolulu, Hawaii. And I told myself, I can't. No, because I'm not going to do that. That's not me. I'm not going to do that. Now, honestly, if they were hitting me with millions, even if they were hitting me with millions, bro, I got to be able to look at myself. Okay. Even if and I know people like, you lying, but look, I got to be able to look at myself. Another thing happened. A lot of things in my life has happened to this. When I was getting healthcare for my people that I was working with in Hawaii, and they said I was getting the board to pay more healthcare, to pay for their entire healthcare, because they wasn't getting it. And they said, they brought me in the board and they said, John, look, okay, X amount of dollars, your computations are right, you are correct, but we are just not at the place where we want to do this. We'll give you $2,000 more a month and pay for your family and your family's hospitalization, and you just won't say anything about it, and then that'll be it. And I said, nope. And he said, wait, are you kidding me? And I said, no, man, I'm not. I can't. And see, that's just me. And it has always hurt me in my whole life. Stuff like that has happened, but I gotta be able to live with myself, man.
If it goes against my morals, I will not ever do it. It's just that simple. If it's moralistic, I'm not doing it. I don't get involved in that kind of stuff. But I'm gonna flat out and tell you, if they're pumping millions at me, 12 millions, 50 million at me in my business, and they told me, but you can't mention the word Trump, just don't say Trump, I will find every kind of way not to say their name.
You spell it backwards. Yeah, I know what you mean. You find a loophole. Yeah, you find a loophole.
I'll find every kind of way not to say their name. That's just the way it goes. I'm sorry.
You're right. No, and you are, you know what, man, you are right. I understand that. That's just something that, and it, even I have partners. That's something that people just didn't like about me, and that's something that sometimes I figured, honestly, I'm just gonna be real open. I probably would have a whole lot more money right now than what I have if I had done a lot of things that I didn't think was right. Okay. And rather it wasn't illegal, but it wasn't right. And I would probably be a whole lot further than where I am. And that's why I couldn't be a politician. See, everybody asks me, why won't you run for office? Because I see now I'll be on an advisory committee, but I see what they have to do. I see the compromises they have to make. I've been there. I've been close up. I see it. And I won't make those compromises. That's just me. And like people tell me, man, you're just like that. You could be making all this money. Yeah, I could, I could. But then at the end of the day, I got to close my eyes, man. I got to be able to say, okay, I did good.
Okay, John, got a scenario for you. You're now the president of the United States, and McCarthy came to you and said, hey, they're going to increase that debt bill until you say you're going to cut back on Social Security. Would you do it?
Ooh. Okay, so say I'm going to cut back on Social Security or actually cut back on Social Security?
cut Social Security. Would you do it?
No. Because to me, not passing the debt ceiling is gonna hit America really hard. And there's going to be a lot of people losing their jobs. And there's going to be a lot of dismay and a lot of dysfunction. And it probably will spiral us into some type of third world scenario. However, if I cut Social Security, there's going to be people depend on that for their life, their livelihood.
And we're not asking you to cut it all off, just cut half of it down. And then we'll get the people on food stamp. We'll cut half that down too. Oh yeah, and by the way, people getting that free health care, we're gonna cut half that shit down.
No, man. That's the bill right now that Kevin McCarthy's pushing. Right. Okay, great. I thought you knew that. That's the bill right now that Kevin McCarthy is pushing for Biden to sign.
Absolutely. That's why I brought it up.
That was good. That was good because I didn't think about that until after you just said that and it clicked. I was like, wait a minute. Yes, that's the bill that they're pushing right now. That was really good, man. That they're pushing right now, and people are like, why don't he just go ahead on and play ball? You can't do that.
Because a lot of my income comes from Social Security and military benefits. A lot of it, some of it, and then you gonna cut it off.
Can you imagine people who totally depend on that? And I know you, hopefully you will agree, it ain't that damn much anyway. Mm-hmm. To be real honest with you, it's good. I'm glad I get it because I get parts of mine from them. I'm glad I get it, but it ain't that damn much. So you can't be saying, oh, well, we're going to cut it in half. So, and people that actually depend on Social Security, they can't even live in dignity. Basically, they have to go to Section 8, and it depends on if they have any other type of income.
Yeah. Social Security for some people is about $600 something a month.
That's it. Where are
you gonna live for $600 a month?
You can't.
Okay, let's cut that down. Let's cut half that out of it. Now you got.
So you're getting $300.
Now where you gonna live? What are you gonna do?
You're getting $300, and let's tell the veterans that when we called, they went, and the veterans that decided that they want to go and serve their country. Let's tell them. You got hurt, we know, but you know what? We ain't paying that no more. We ain't paying that. You like a broken toy. We'll throw you on the side. And that's basically the way I see it.
We're done with you. We don't need you anymore.
We don't need you.
Your service.
There you go. Thank you for your service. Goodbye. See, and that's the thing that's really, I'm like, and they're telling, people are telling us that we're Marxists. They're telling us that we're communists. Really? I mean, look what are you guys doing? What do you and people are expecting Biden to sign that, to play ball.
I hope they're not.
Just play ball. Just play ball.
We're gonna play ball. It's gonna be slow pitch. I need the right ball coming through.
I mean, hell, if we go into default, I hate it. I would hate to think about it because it's gonna be a lot of pain. It's gonna be a lot of pain, people. Okay,
because this is
and
not
then
just default. People are going Social Security, military benefits, and other things, and medical. You ain't seen nothing yet until all that stops for everybody.
When all that stops,
prices of gas, high prices of food, inflation, you ain't seen nothing yet.
You haven't seen nothing, and because the people, the people who control that, they're gonna push that shit up because they can, not because they it's the best for them, because they can.
So that's it. So the have-nots are gonna start taking from those that have.
And that's where we're going to walk. That's where we're going to wind up in a third world country, and that's where we're going to wind up into chaos. And that's when a third party is going to come in and take over us. I'm just look, man. When you look at what's happening right now in the world, how did this show get here? But anyway, when you look at what's happening in the world right now, man, it's scary. It's very difficult. I look at my grandkids, especially my little grandson, and I'm like, going, man, we got to do better. We could do better if we really tried to do better. We really could, man, but we're not, and the people that could do better, we're scared. I'm gonna be real honest with you. We're scared. Okay. We're not, I don't want to get involved in that. I don't know, man. I don't want to get, I don't want to get involved in that. It's like, but this is not 1920, people.
Well, our parents and their parents told them the same thing they told us. This generation just ain't gonna make it. You got wrongs, you got generation, and we're saying the same thing to our grandkids now. But you know what? They're gonna get past this. They're stronger. They're stronger than what we were, I believe. I believe they're stronger than what we were.
You know what?
They have more things available to them, and they ain't taking this shit. They just not. Young people are not taking this crap.
And I support them high. I support them completely. You know what? They don't have respect for a lot of the people. And I'm like, you know why? Because you don't deserve respect. Okay. And that's the whole thing. I'm listening to their conversations with people. I'm like, yeah, they're not taking this crap and they shouldn't. And like you said, they're stronger. And I believe that they're going to find a way, which I hope they start running for office and doing things like that, like and taking over. And just because it's time for our generation and the one before us to go away. It's time for us to go away because we are totally, excuse me, alert. I'm going to say the word so y'all can bleep it out. We are really fucking things up. I had a couple of people like, well, you shouldn't curse so much. I'm like, okay, no, man. Like we are. Look at what we're doing. Look at what we're doing to the United States. We're fucking it up. It's all, this could be a really beautiful place to live, but we have all of our biases. We have all of these grudges. We have all this kind of crap that we kept from all long time ago that we keep pulling along with us. I mean, we as a society need to, well, I wish we would understand that unless someone is breaking the laws that we agreed upon, leave them the hell alone. It don't matter who they sleep with. It don't matter. As long as they're not breaking the law, I don't care. You don't have to believe like I believe. If you want an abortion, now, one thing I do not agree with, and I'll go on record right now, big record right now, I do not agree with late-term abortion. I do not agree. And I was in healthcare. I know what they do, and that is wrong. That is basically murder.
John, I know you have a caveat to that, though. What's the caveat?
Oh, if the mother, in the event that the mother, if it's gonna kill the mother, then okay, go ahead and do it. But if you just decide that oh well, no, you're gonna stick forceps in the back of a baby's head and scramble it up and kill him, no, and pull out the cord, no, the spinal cord, no. That's just, to me, that's wrong. But if it depends on the mother, and to me, that's a personal choice. Again, that's a personal choice. Yeah. If the parents they come to you and they say it's either your wife or the child.
Which one you want?
Pick one.
I'm get one.
Yeah, I mean, then it's a personal choice.
I'm giving my position like this. I believe in the sanctity of life. That's just that simple. Flat out. I just don't like abortion. I don't.
Me either.
However, it's not my damn choice.
Look, I feel you.
You're gonna have it, but it's not my choice.
It's not my choice. I know why abortion was even brought to the forefront. I understand about the Planned Parenthood. I did all that research, and it's wrong, and I don't agree with it at all. Okay, and to be real straightforward with you, there are just way too many things that we can do now not to become pregnant. Okay,
I believe in parenthood. It's not just about abortion. It's about women's health, and it's that you need that because some kids 16 no.
No, I understand. No, I agree with Planned Parenthood, but I know why Planned Parenthood was put in these areas they were put in, and I know the person who developed it. Okay, and it wasn't because it was more of a let me see. It was more of a racial tone to this whole thing.
I hear what John's saying. John, you're saying that's the very same reason why they got gun shops and liquor stores in certain areas.
Abortion clinics, gun shops, liquor stores. What you will not find is libraries, banks. Okay, libraries, banks, and higher education. Okay,
we went there. We have arrived.
Exactly. So I mean, but again, it's not my choice. Like Yancy said, it's not my choice.
Yeah.
It's not my choice. So what you do is your business, but it's against God's will. What if your God is not their God?
See, there's certain scriptures that fights that too, because the scripture says you choose what you want to do. You choose. And it says,
again, these people who call themselves, and we're gonna get into a whole problem. They call themselves Christians. They didn't. First off, the term Christianity wasn't even invented until 200, 300 years after Christ died. But if they call themselves Christians, okay, what they're basically are doing is following the tenets of men. That's what they're doing. They're not following what they're Christians supposed to mean Christ-like. And we can get into a whole thing of that. And yeah, I know what the hell I'm talking about. Okay, because I studied and I showed myself approved. Okay, so y'all you can come at me if you want. Okay, but the bottom line is they're not doing what would be considered Christ-like. They're doing what would be considered a basically religion that was formulated to control people. Christmas formulated to control partying and whoring in the streets during the winter solstice. Okay, that's what was happening. They couldn't stop it. Constance, he said, well, you know what? Fine. Let's make it Christmas, Christ's birthday. If you look at when Jesus was born, it was winter time. It wasn't even, man. I could go down a whole list of things, but it goes against it goes against what they believe. And I try not to do that because somebody told me something the other day, John, do not try to wake people up because they are going to be mad at you for trying to wake them up to help them.
Leave it alone.
That's what I do.
They want to do.
That's what I do. I look at them and go, okay. And I don't say, I don't even have these kind of conversations. Remember, my mom used to always tell me, do not talk about politics and do not talk about religion ever outside of this house. My dad, what goes inside of this house stays in this house. You don't talk about politics. You don't talk about religion. I'm out here talking about politics and religion, man. Anyway.
You in trouble.
I know, right? I know. I know you're going to get a whooping. Anyway, guys, listen, man. Look, we're just having fun here, but we're giving out information. I want you guys to know if you get an invitation to sign a petition to withdraw Clarence Thomas, remove him from the Supreme Court. Think about it. Sign it if you think it's right. Don't sign it if you don't. If you sign it, pass it on to everybody who's in your list. Pass it around to everybody. Let them consider whether or not they're going to sign it or not. Also, I get no money from it. It's just something that I'm trying to move things. I need to try to move the needle. I have to do something within my bones, within my soul. It's telling me you got to do something. It's time to move. It's time to make a move. It's time to get in the movement, not in the moment. And that's something like Yancy said, it's going to be on a t-shirt.
I got to get that t-shirt.
I got to get that on a t-shirt. You're right. Or a hat or something, bro. It's time to get out of the moment and get in the movement, man. It's time. If you want to save this country, right? If you want to say, hey, you did something, even if it's just sign a petition, even if it's just, supporting a show, even if it's $3 a month, okay, ding, ding, ding. Even if it happens to be $3 a month, ding, ding, ding. Even if it happens to be $3 a month, you are doing something to help the facilitation of verifiable factual information to get out on the air that you can look at every week, and you ain't got to worry about listening to this other trash that we just finished talking about in an hour that goes on every day, all day long, which is another whole thing that they got to program us. That's just, do that. And then you can say, hey, yeah, I did what I could do. And along the way, we help some people.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's my thing for this week. Okay, guys, take care of each other. Go look up capitalist versus capitalism society, capitalist society versus capitalism. You go look it up, look it up. It's going to shock you. And you're like, well, wait, and then think about what we are actually operating as, I'm not against capitalism. I'm a capitalist. I want money, right? I'm trying to get y'all to give me money, for a product, which is verifiable factual information. That's all right, y'all. This is it for me right now, man.
Money, man. Just give us the money.
Yeah, I know, right? Please, damn, $3 a month.
Give up $1, man.
Jeez, man, come on, y'all. $3 a month.
Start calling you guys' name out.
Oh, start calling y'all out.
I know who got money out there.
Oh man, there's a lot of us that have money. Listen, we got $3 a month. You can go down to people pay $5 for $6, $7 for a cup of coffee. My daughter pays, I don't know how much she paid for it, but she gets one of these expensive Starbucks coffees. I'm like going, what? No, I'll perk my own. I ain't paying that for a cup of coffee. But I will give $3 to John and Yancy. Huh?
A Flakimano with whipped cream, and it's $3.60. Right?
Man, what? I know, caramel macchiato with goat milk and light onto this and do that. I heard this woman order, and I was like, it's a coffee. You're ordering a cup of
dessert.
I know, not even that's more than you giving this man a recipe. All right, y'all. Look, the show took a little turn today. I didn't expect it to do this, but it is what it is. That's why that's the reason why the weekly wrap up with John and Yancy is the way it is. We just do what comes up naturally. We don't have a script. We just say, okay, we don't even go over what we're gonna talk about. We just go, okay, we're gonna get live in 3, 2, 1, bam, and that's it. We do what it is. And how they used to say it, we do what it do, baby.
That's right. And whoever's out there starting a petition to put me off the show, you may as well stop. Just get rid of your petition.
He ain't going nowhere. He ain't going nowhere. We compliment each other too well. I'm pretty and he's smart. No.
Oh, boy, I tell you.
All right, man. Listen, y'all. We getting ready to roll. Seriously, we've been on for a minute now. Take care, you guys. Don't forget to really like it, leave a comment, and next week we'll be back here again. Right? You can see us all during the week if you just play a little bit at a time, 15 minutes at a time, 10 minutes at a time, 5 minutes at a time. Anyway, take care, you guys. Peace.